mention I'm a Devils fan too? I'm being all sorts of nerd this month. But anyway, objection! And welcome back everyone to our Marvel Plus live reaction of She-Hulk, titled
Legally Green.
It's the final episode, people, and boy did we leave on a cliffhanger. Yeah, last episode, things were going great. We actually got a proper introduction to Daredevil. He actually had a really good crossover with She-Hulk. Things were going great. They were funny. They had great chemistry. We got to see them bone. But then...
then we had to spoil it all by doing something stupid like an extra scene.
Yes, the plot decided to rear its ugly head, and the show decided to remind us that all men are bad. So yeah, right now we know that Jen most likely is going to get caught up in legal stuff herself, because there's only so much property damage you can cause before that kind of grabs people's attention. And given that she almost went on a Hulk-like rampage by the end, which we don't blame her for, we know there are people that are gonna, come out of the woodwork and be like, oh, she's a menace to society, she needs to be locked away. Because this is the Marvel Universe, and as we all know, Marvel hates its heroes so much. But either or, I'm interested to see how this is all gonna end. Because, like I said, we know there's gonna be a season 2, so I want to see what the whole big reveal and lead off is going to be from this. We're going to find out in today's episode titled,
Whose show is this? That's right. Welcome to Whose Show Is This Anyway? Where everything's made up and the points don't matter. Well, let's not waste any more time. Let's play.
Let's play, indeed.
Whoop.
Jennifer Walters, lawyer, millennial, searching for a way to balance a career and her personal life. And an accidental dose of
I see what you're
gamma-radiated
doing.
blood.
I like it.
Throwback.
Yep.
And now, when Jennifer Walters grows angry or outraged, a startling metamorphosis occurs.
She becomes sexy.
Starring Lou Ferrigno as She-Hulk.
Dude, how funny would that be?
And pursued by online trolls.
You're stupid.
Don't be angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
She said it. She said it.
Provoked into a rampage that has landed her in prison, and now she is seen only for the raging spirit that dwells within her.
Dramatization may not have happened.
Are we going to see her hitchhiking by the end?
Oh, it was just a dream.
Oh, great. She's in Emil's old cell.
Did you manage to get hold of Bruce?
We left multiple messages. I managed to sound very calm, considering I was calling the freaking Hulk himself.
Get down to brass tacks.
Yes. We need to identify every individual who hacked my private information.
Hold on, forget them. We need to discuss your case.
This was a targeted
Oh,
attack.
Lord.
They need to be held responsible for this.
They baited you and you took the bait.
I was angry, which is how anyone would respond in that situation.
Yeah.
Not just anyone. You are an out-of-control Hulk.
How is she out of control? She was already in Hulk mode. She's proved that she can be in Hulk mode and not go insanely mad.
Oh, sweetheart. It's all right. We will go to prison every day.
Thanks, Dad.
I stole all the food and drinks in the kitchen and I live in your car because screw this place. I will continue to work here because they pay me nicely. Don't worry about you guys.
Oh, they fired her?
We always have your back, Jen.
A neighbor who wished to remain anonymous said they are uncomfortable knowing an unstable human being lives just next door.
Oh my god.
House?
Ay, ay, ay.
Do you care to comment about losing your superpowers?
Yeah,
She didn't lose her powers.
always move back here with us.
But my gym stuff is improved now and I work out every day at 7 a.m.
Oh god, you're one of those people.
Workout buddies.
Ugh.
So basically, we're right back where we started.
More or less. Did she sell her place?
She's unemployed now, so...
Not to mention, constantly getting lost. Get off my lawn!
There isn't drought. I got water pressure for days.
Aw, I see a Legally Blonde poster. This typical mom.
So finding the identity of these guys has been like one dead end after another. Intelligencia is made up of exclusively dumb dudes. One of these guys is going to slip up, and they're going to give us enough information so that we can track them down, and then we will find them, and we will destroy them. Biennial.
Legally.
I said biennial.
Nah.
I am going to sue them for defamation and invasion of privacy
and get them charged with unauthorized access to a protected computer.
Boring, alright.
Good luck, considering how flimsy the rules of the internet are.
I actually found 1 second food. Hello.
Also, I thought you might get a kick out of this video the generative
Mom, no.
Oh, Lord.
To see this.
No.
This.
Please, we have work to do. I'm suing both of you for emotional.
Oh,
That's correct. We work together at the district attorney's office.
this asshole.
For a significant amount of time. And
Oh, fuck you.
Psycho, way before she got the superpowers. I blame her grandma.
What?
Can you move the big bookcase for me? I think I want to look at the window.
Psst.
No!
Right? You can't keep her alone anymore.
It's She-Hulk, Mom!
Or was. Which I know is what I said I wanted, but this doesn't feel right.
Hey,
This isn't even a reluctant superhero story. I'm just getting screwed over.
pretty much.
You guys will-
Jennifer Walters is a woman married.
Eh.
So she has no more
No, we're
claim.
not doing a narrator. We're not that.
Did the fourth wall just break the fourth wall break?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
I don't understand.
I was gonna say, she has a refuge.
We said come anytime.
But of course, he has no Wi-Fi.
Well, it's not like she's working right now, so,
Mm.
I'm not running from my problems. It's a mental health break.
Keep telling yourself that.
Found this bit of She-Hulk in college.
What?
Forgive me, Jen, for this transgression.
Oh, I see. She's
I was
baiting
baiting
him.
it.
Oh, hey there, Hulky.
Mm.
Okay, well, that was easy. Or, am I a genius? Hell yeah, I'll be there. Pop, are you still here?
That poor bastard. He gets screwed over almost as much as Jen does in this.
Oh, Priest is still broken.
Mm.
Yeah, I hope this is okay. I just need a place to stay for a couple of days. Of course, I'll rest.
Okay.
Tea haikus.
Mm.
If you say
He wrote a book.
thank you. This book sucks.
Don't tell Emil that. He might kick you off his compound.
Yeah.
Alright, I need you to go in there and mingle, okay? Know everything you can about these people.
Did I
Alright?
call it or did I call it?
Suspicious and walking
Oh,
around
boy.
here, buddy.
No, trust me, you're not gonna be the only one. Alright, I need you to blend in with these trolls, okay? And remember to always refer to women as females. Jen's life is on the line, okay? So I need you to get your head in the game, buddy. Off you go. Thank you.
You're coming in real choppy.
Don't pretend like you can't hear me.
No, reception sucks.
Okay, so
I mean-
walk around.
It is consistent with the shitty-ass Wi-Fi.
And Lady Thor, and guys, she just sucks. Okay, and I'm not just saying that because she's a female. I would have the exact same criticisms if she was a man.
Don't you mean male? Oh, wait.
Can't do it, Nikki.
Yes, you can.
Yep.
Ah, crap.
Okay.
Knew it.
Todd Phelps?
Hot? Oh, wait, that's right.
Eh.
Hmm?
Of course you're one of us. Yo, come here, man.
Wish he had like a camera or something on him just so he can like record this shit.
Alright? You heard it from me first. He rules, and he's hot.
What?
Be honest, okay?
Is She-Hulk better than the Hulk? Is she as strong as him? Is she as smart as him? No! She wouldn't even have her powers without him, right? So why do we have to act like she earned everything? Here's where I'm at. Superpowers should go to the best person suited for the job, right?
Bruce literally got his powers by accident.
She got everything through nepotism.
Exactly. She boned Holloway? That's their boss. Did she?
Yes.
Like you're mad about it.
Yeah, and it pisses me off.
Yeah.
Hug. We are vibing, my man.
Gross. Keep him talking about that.
How did you get involved with this group here?
Dude, I created Intelligencia.
Big fucking shock.
Oh, my God.
It's okay, you can. The guy can't
Fine, well, let's circle up. Let's get it together, right?
So whose line that metaphor is that then?
Because we showed the world what a real monster
I mean-
she is. But we also showed them not just talk. We're real action, and we're just getting started.
Yeah, we're so serious about harassing women. We're so cool.
You can use a cup of tea with friends here. Sounds like someone's cooking up one heck of a group share tomorrow.
Actually, I think I'd rather just talk to Emil about this. You know where he is?
Yeah, he's down on lunch. Some private event down there.
Friends.
I would like to introduce our very special guest speaker. He cost a ton, so you better cheer. Give it up for the Abomination!
Oh my god, I hate being right.
Wow.
Todd here has told me that you were all unsatisfied with your place in the world. Don't ask permission.
Guess you figured out how to get past the tracker.
Powerful!
Emil?
Jen Walters!
Tom, what are you doing here? Emil, you've been transforming into the Abomination.
Yeah, I do speaking engagements. Nothing bad. Strictly for profit.
I vouched for you.
Jen, I'm sorry that you're upset.
No, you're not.
Was there a real apology in there somewhere that I missed? What are you doing here? We need to get out of here.
These guys are Intelligencia. Todd created the site. He's Hulk King.
You're Hulk King?
You think the sex tape was the worst part? Well, I hired him to seduce you and steal your blood.
What are you talking about? Steal my blood?
For what?
Also synthesize your blood, so it could safely give me all the powers you never should have been given in the first place.
Great.
I didn't just get handed superpowers.
Yeah, you stole them. That's not earning, that's stealing. Also, you know that kills normal people, right? Yep.
This can't possibly be where this season is going.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, come at me, bro!
What the?
What?
Come on, Titania too? This isn't messy enough.
What the fuck is going on?
Bruce?
Where did you come from?
It's not what you think. Is this necessary?
I am so confused right now.
This is a mess. None of these.
This is a convergence of confusion.
Is this working for you?
What the shit?
What do you think you're doing? This menu is not gonna stop.
Ah!
Just gonna everything real quick.
Wow, the show quit itself.
But
Right?
Let's see here. No. Wrong listen.
That'll do.
He's like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. This is like the ending of Blazing Saddles almost.
am I okay? Did I just have like a brain hemorrhage or something? This is.
Did time just move forward or did I stroke out for a moment?
Guys, what do we get if the entirety of the second season is one extended dream sequence?
Oh my god, don't do that shit.
Hey, is everything okay?
What the hell, you guys? What kind of stupid finale is this?
We thought it'd be really cool.
Really fun, kind of a twist.
A twist? The bad guy steals my blood in order to give himself superpowers. Where did you come up with that original idea? Was that from every other superhero story ever?
Okay.
Why don't we just do things our own way? This is the story that Kevin wants.
Who the fuck is Kevin?
Okay, then
Kevin!
Kevin better be an 8-foot blue bird,
No.
I swear to God.
Talks to Kevin.
It's an algorithm, isn't it?
You'll never even get close to him.
I would murder you to protect him.
Okay, this is very creepy, the way you're talking about him.
Is she gonna seek out the giant spider for wisdom? Go through the catacombs?
Wow, She-Hulk.
I'm here to see Kevin.
Oh wait.
Why'd you make me sign if you were just gonna...
Doy.
Everyone has to sign the NDA.
Nobody sees the Kevin, nobody not know how.
I feel so dumb.
What?
Feige.
Of fucking course. I get it, guys, you're doing your job, but I am not in the mood right now.
Bye-bye now.
Hope you have health coverage. So is Kevin like some sort of weird puppet master then?
Hello, Jennifer.
Kevin?
It stands for Knowledge Enhanced Visual Interconnectivity Nexus.
I think we've had enough Nexus in the MCU.
Yeah, why would I expect a giant AI brain and not a man?
I will answer your questions, but you must first transform back to Jennifer.
Why?
You are very expensive. But wait until the camera is off you. The visual effects team has moved on to another project. There,
Wow.
do it now.
Better?
You. And to answer your question, yes, I make the decisions. I possess the most advanced entertainment algorithm in the world.
Is that Kevin
and
Feige's
it
voice?
produces near perfect
It's Kevin
products.
Feige's algorithm.
Some are better than others, but I leave that debate up to the internet.
Can we agree that it is a legal comedy?
If that's what you prefer to call it.
Then I would like to give my closing argument.
Oh, haha, I see what you did there. You may proceed.
Thank you.
It's almost like 1-1 in a way.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's often said that Marvel movies all end the same way.
Wait, who's saying that?
Perhaps this is a result of following some unwritten rule that you have to throw a bunch of plot and flash and a whole blood thing that seems super suspiciously close to Super Soldier Serum at the audience in the climax.
The KEVIN is processing this new data. What is the ending you propose?
Well, can we not do Todd gets Hulk powers? Like, the powers aren't the villain. He is.
Erasing blood clot.
Oh, and
If anything, make it so that he injects himself and kills himself. That's more realistic.
The day in my story?
But
Yeah.
Bruce is supposed to return to explain what he was
No,
doing.
we don't need to hear any of that.
But
Save that for another movie.
Save it for the movie.
Yes.
Calculating and abomination.
Take that out.
I just want him to hold himself accountable. And enough with this angsty nighttime. Let's do this big climax in daylight.
Are we done here?
Oh, would not mind seeing nasty.
Historically,
True that.
we've been light in that department.
Oh, well, I've got you here.
Oh wait, you are sitting?
The daddy issues. We got Tony Stark, daddy issues. Thor, daddy issues.
She ain't wrong.
Oh boy.
Star-Lord, 2 daddies, 2 issues.
Yeah.
Please stop.
Oh, and when are we getting the X-Men?
Good question.
I have some thoughts about the direction of season 2.
Dude, somewhere Ryan Reynolds or Deadpool is jacking off to this.
Yes.
Formulated.
Well, yeah, that's what Hulks do. We smash things. He smashes buildings, I smash fourth walls, and bad ending. And sometimes I burn up.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
get back to the show. See you on the big screen.
Really?
No.
Oh, whatever, Kevin.
So I just talked. OMG, you guys, we are about to witness a murder. Now I'm ready to deal with you. This is amazing.
Oh, boy.
Just do it.
I'll see you in court, babe.
Look, I didn't.
Hey, Matt.
Jen, I'm here to help.
Hey, Daredevil. You missed it. Sorry.
Everything? Oh, man.
It was great, though.
We should totally hook up tonight.
Hey, nice too. Oh my god, did they hook up or they hit pink?
I'm gonna go. One sec.
Sure.
I'm getting paid for this, right?
Jen tells me you have your own practice.
Yeah, in Hell's Kitchen.
You hear that, Rebecca? His own practice.
Hell's Kitchen doesn't sound like a very nice area. It's not very glamorous, but it's where I grew up. I always wanted to
Really
live in
isn't.
a neighborhood who can't afford legal services.
So you don't make a lot of money.
And Rebecca, you don't ask people how much money they make.
Yeah, that's
I don't
rude.
do it for the money.
But you do make some money, right?
Dad.
Oh my god, all of you, shut up.
Raising kids in L.A.
He stayed for a week.
I did not think the conversation was going that way.
Matt, I'm going to tell you right now. Every conversation is going in that direction, so buckle up.
Surprised he's meeting the parents already. They hooked up once.
Jen, I could use a remote console here.
Welcome to my life.
Hey, everyone.
Where did you come from?
Oh, hold on.
Cousin, Bruce.
I know I've been away on Sakar for a while. I'll tell you all about it, but first, I have someone here that I'd like you all to meet.
Oh boy.
This is my son, Scar.
Ha! We're referencing Planet Hulk then.
Wow, you're a family.
I guess Hulk did get busy while on Sakaar.
The superpowered woman known as the cousin of the Hulk has been cleared of her previous conviction.
People like Todd Phelps have to be held responsible for their actions. The message we're sending is that if you attack, harm, or harass innocent people, I'm coming for you.
Do you mean in the courtroom or as a superhero?
Yes.
Both.
Now tell our viewers, who are you wearing to court today?
Okay.
Typical diva of law herself.
Okay, so that didn't go as horribly as I thought it would, but I still have issues. We're gonna get copyrighted. Check out Eddie. He's gonna take care of your chickens now. Fucked up, Emil.
God, he's even wearing the hat.
That's right, get fucked, Todd.
Why was she there?
I don't know. Set up for next season?
Wait, Wong? Oh, so we're getting on after
post-credit.
credits.
Hey, we threw in every other fucking cameo. Why not bring Wong back? But Madison better be with him.
Wongers!
You got sucked into another show, didn't you? Yeah, it's a guest policy at Carpentage.
So he is gonna stay.
Kind of all fun with everything.
What about Wi-Fi?
Yeah, Wi-Fi.
Wong, you suck! Again, I know he's the Sorcerer Supreme, so he could technically get away with this, but still. What the fuck was this episode?
Like I said, Deadpool is watching this and just getting off on it, yeah.
God. Oh my god. So, like I said, the fact that it went in that whole fourth wall breaking direction is honestly the only reason this episode is salvaged. Because we can just come to the conclusion that the writers didn't know how the fuck to end this. So they just threw everything at the wall and decided to be meta with it. And then figure out later more of a coherent story plot. That's the only reasoning I can come up with for this.
I'm just like, at least they were self-aware of just how bad that was.
I'm glad they're aware of their own cliches, but at the same time, pointing them out doesn't necessarily negate them. Again, I'm glad they at least saved them from going in a very bad direction. Because I had speculated that at this point we were suspecting every single fucking person Jen was coming into contact with.
And we were right about basically every one of them.
And I didn't want to be right, at least not in regards to certain people. And I know, like, the hints were there, but, like, I was hoping the show would be a little better than that.
No, they were so obvious about everything. That's the one thing I just hated about this show, is that they always did the obvious thing and pretended like they were being clever about it.
Mm-hmm. Like, I meant to do that.
Oh, you know, what happened to Josh? I bet we know. I bet we already knew. Oh, look! This is what happened. Aren't we clever?
Okay, so let's deconstruct this one at a time, because so much fucking shit happened in this. Oh my god. Yeah, I knew that she would unfairly be prosecuted for her reaction, even though her reaction wasn't a big deal in the grand scheme of things under the circumstances. But, as I said, this is Marvel, and it takes one bad instance for a superhero to suddenly become public enemy number one. That's just how it works in this universe. But then, of course, you know, we go into whole Intelligencia thing, and I knew it would be a lot of the guys we already met. That much was obvious. I knew that fucking Todd guy would end up being the big baddie because he just has douche written all over him, and he's obviously king of the douches. I had expected better of Emil, because I had said before in the retreat episode, you never make the therapist the villain. That is one of the shittiest things you could ever do to a character. And the fact that he was knowingly involved in all that, knowing what they were putting her through. Like, I get he probably still does have a grudge against Bruce for putting him in jail in the first place. I understand that. that is no reason for him to take it out on Jen, given how hard she fought for him. That is just the ultimate of dick moves. Even when they try to make it so that he seems apologetic about it, like that he actually tried to keep her out of harm's way, it falls flat by this ending with Wong breaking him out. It's like, if you really feel sorry, you'll go back to fucking jail and stay there. But no. Wong, for whatever reason, decides to allow him to live in Calamitous. Why?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of respect it. It's like you're seeing all these redemption stories coming around. Here's one where, you know, they kind of try to but in reality, he, you know, once a villain, always a villain.
I guess. I don't know. I just, like, I would have been fine with him turning into Abomination again if it was for his own purposes. I get it. It's part of who he is at this point. He's gonna use it to his advantage just like he did in the fight and whatever. But for him to just use it just to get back at Jen, when really his beef is with Bruce, that's just the ultimate of dickery. And yeah, I get he took his opportunity and just went with Wong, and Wong can do whatever the fuck he wants, apparently without repercussion. But that just rubbed me the wrong way big time. And I really hope that's the end we see of him at this point. Because really, what else is he going to be besides another villain?
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. Like, fine, be a villain, but be a villain over there in Calamitous with Wong. Go do your own fight shit, whatever, to your heart's content. Just leave Jen the fuck alone.
And I'm like, he's not even really, like, an active villain. He's just kind of, he's scummy, and he's just kind of, you know, in for himself. But I don't think he, like, actively wants to harm anybody.
Yeah, he says that, but... And I mean, like, by virtue of him just being a therapist to the guy that attacked her. Like, that was a big fucking red flag right there. And the fact that neither he nor the guy said anything about it. That, again, rubs me the wrong way.
Oh, yeah. That's why Jen was all about, you know, I at least want him to take accountability.
I am wondering, though, do the others know that he's doing that? Like, all those other people in the therapy group, are they aware of Intelligencia? Were they in on it? Are they completely ignorant that he's doing this?
That is a good question.
Because if so, that's even more of a dick move.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see any of them in the meeting, so I assume they know nothing. They are legit there for help, and he's fucking screwing them over now because now his ass is going back to jail, and their issues are still unresolved.
But of course, as I pointed out, I felt like that whole damaging the car thing felt pretty staged, so I'm not ruling out that they were there and that they just were not recognizable.
At least, we never saw any evidence or proof of her being at the compound, anything that she said, like, none of that. Because if they had showed, like, video of her whole, like, therapy session and stuff, that is inexcusable. Nothing she said was used against her. It was like everything else was, but not that. I at least appreciate that much. But even so, like, fuck me. And even if he was just doing this for money, that's still a shitty fucking thing to do.
Oh, yeah. No, it is. I'm not gonna argue with you on that.
And then Titania.
Why?
That was a wasted character. Like, I get her whole purpose was to bring Jen into the limelight. And they have this rivalry going, but it ultimately goes nowhere. They at most have a 3-second fight, and then she's out for the rest of the season until she just randomly shows up here with no rhyme or reason for why. And I get that was just the writers just throwing shit at the wall to see what would make sense, but like, oh my god, what a waste of Jamil. Oh my god. And then Bruce comes back into the mix.
Mark Ruffalo!
God. Mark Ruffalo, I know you needed a paycheck, but come on.
I mean, to be fair, at least he has more of a reason to be there.
Yeah, but I don't know, just like, it's just nice coincidence he just happened to shows up at the end. And he has a son. Somehow. I thought we established he was sterile. I don't understand.
Maybe he's sterile when he's Bruce, but not as the Hulk?
His sperm is like Hulkified, so he's extra fertile. I mean, I know that's a reference to the comic, because he does end up siring his son, I think, with like an alien or something, but I'm surprised that they showed that, of all things, in this show, and really, I guess it's to establish something in a later movie or show or something. I don't know. That's a weird fucking place to drop it. So is that why they sent that spaceship to pick him up to get child support?
Makes sense.
Establish visitation.
I mean, he was on that planet for years as the
yeah,
Hulk,
he was a celebrity. I imagine he must have got it on with somebody who could withstand him. Oh dear God, that ooh, I'm clenching just thinking about it. Who else do we need to fucking address in this? I mean, I'm glad they brought Matt back. It would have sucked if they brought him back for one episode, but I'm glad they brought him back for a second, and I guess they're kinda in a relationship? I'm just saying, they went from one night stand to him meeting her parents real fucking fast. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate he's there. I appreciate she finally found someone that she wants to keep around, who wants her to be around. Again, it feels like they slapped it on because they could.
Yeah. But on the other hand, he's kind of moving her toward the direction that she should be going.
Yeah, agreed.
And honestly, I think, like you said, she should really go against GLK and
Well,
H,
they fired her, right?
Right, but I mean...
Unless that was undone. I mean, how is she,
I don't know, because they show her as a lawyer in the end. So maybe she's doing her own thing. Maybe she's working for Matt for the moment.
I mean, she could easily represent herself, but I don't know, I wish they explained that better, because it's like, okay, she was fired from the big bad firm. Good fucking riddance. But now what? She's a lawyer again, so did they bring her back? Did they destroy that continuity where she was fired? Is she in her own firm now? A little explanation on that.
And honestly, I think she should bring some charges against the place, given they basically sabotaged her and their client caused this.
I mean, I don't know if, guilty by association is necessary legal grounds here. It's not like they...
The thing is, they've been shown to basically be involved with a lot of scummy people.
No, I agree. It's definitely a scummy firm and whatever. It's just, I'm just trying to think on a legal basis how exactly she could hold them accountable, though. Considering that all the times where they forced her to do something she didn't want to do, she did legally sign stuff so she could do it. That means they can get away with it, technically.
I don't know, if they fire her under false pretenses or whatever, you know. I guess not false pretenses, but...
Well, no, they had reason to fire her. She made their firm look bad. But again, I'm wondering, was that undone because of this? It's just not clear, and it kind of bothers me.
I feel like there's some wrongdoing in the firing of her, or, she could expose them for who they really are.
I guess we'll see for season 2 exactly what direction they decide to go in. Kudos to her two friends for having the balls to actually infiltrate that group. That is
especially Pug.
Poor Pug.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for the man. He is actually a legitimate good guy. And I don't say that in the ironic sense. He's actually a decent human being. And the fact that they're forcing him to say this highly misogynistic stuff just to fit in, you can see the pain on his face having to, say it. And dear God, that whole scene was cringe. And I know there are real life people that actually speak like that. That's the whole point of this. But dear God, just seeing it in real life, it is the fucking cringiest thing ever. Screw the twerking. That is peak cringe. That will always be peak cringe. But yeah, then the whole fucking scene of Kevin. Like I said, the whole thing reminds me of Blazing Saddles. We build toward this big climax, and then suddenly the fight busts through the set of a different fucking movie altogether, and they take a break to go watch another movie, and it's what the hell is going on here?
They probably were inspired by Blazing Saddles.
It's we don't know how to end this, so we're just gonna throw everything in at once and just see what sticks and see if we like the direction we're going in. I had to really take myself out of my head. I'm okay, we're getting out of the serious part of this whole angst plotline. We're going back into comedy now. Just remember, anything goes. The points don't matter. It's just, oh my God. But once I got into the proper headspace, I'm okay, she wants agency over her own story. I understand that. I respect it. I'm glad she pointed out those tropes. I'm glad she changed shit. Because honestly, this episode probably would have been ruined if she didn't. So I mostly agree with the changes she made. For the most part. Taking away certain characters, making certain ones apologetic, making sure other ones got the proper punishment and so forth. I feel there was a bit more she could have done, but for the most part, I guess it's passable for what we have. Because at least it saves it from being much more of a mess than it could have been. Because honestly, how the fuck were they supposed to tie up everything together? Let's be realistic. Unless they made every single person she encountered a bad guy. That honestly would have been just too fucking much.
They said they were just short of actually having Deadpool cameo in this.
I can imagine wandering is like, whoa, what's going on here, guys? Wow,
Are we doing a fourth wall break? Can I join in on this?
This is awesome. Like, this is my jam. This is chaos incarnate. Keep it up, girl. I'm digging this.
Hey, I just got Hugh Jackman back. You want him to get in on this too?
Fuck off!
Oh, the fact that she asked, when the X-Men getting here?
When's the Fantastic Four getting here? Oh my god. It's like they had a plot and they passed it around to every single fucking nerd on the internet to ask them how would you make this better, and then they just threw every idea into the plot until it made no fucking sense and cherry picked what they liked. I do like the whole algorithm thing, because like that is exactly what I think of when I think of Disney and Marvel and all them. It's all an algorithm.
That's basically what it's become.
Yeah, I know. There are like so many tropes. It's like almost formulaic at this point. I appreciate the show for attempting to break those down. There's still obvious tropes and whatnot, but at least they're self-aware about it, even if, they don't exactly try to fix it. Like I said, I was just waiting for her to like finish this with her walking down the road just going... And then the sad music plays in the background.
Yeah, I mean, given that they were throwing the old Hulk, like from the, 70s?
Yeah, 70s, 80s, whatever.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I know my dad would appreciate that. He loves the old show. But that would have been great. They just had Lou Ferrigno show up in a wig. I would pay to see that. I don't know. Is there anything I missed? Did I cover all the insanity? Because, like, how else can I address everything? There's no continuity at this point. I don't even know what's, like, canon anymore.
She kind of nudged the side of the Loki, so it's like, is that a nod to breaking the universe?
I mean, we established the universe is broken, so technically anything goes at this point. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just a big, like, glitch and then everything just reset itself. Again, I don't know how to feel about this. I'm legit at a loss for words. Because, like, I look at this as by itself, and then I look at the series as a whole. And like I said, the show started off strong. I appreciate the deviation from how the past couple of Marvel shows have gone. Because a lot of them have been pretty angsty. Very serious. Yeah, there's comedy and lighthearted moments, but it's been very drama so far. Like, Miss Marvel dealing with racism, Moon Knight dealing with trauma, Hawkeye dealing with Survivor's Guilt. Like, a lot of this heavy shit. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate the more dramatic stuff, them trying to give characterization and introspection to certain characters that didn't get it in the movies, but after a while it just gets tiring. So,
honestly, I was expecting Ms. Marvel to be more lighthearted than it was. They took a serious misstep there.
yeah, that's why this felt like so refreshing, that they were just going for full-on comedy. But then as the episodes went on, it steadily got more dramatic. You got more of the real-world shit with, like, the men harassing women and them, like, invading her privacy and just it getting darker and more sinister with every freaking episode, to the point where you suspect everyone and you expect this to end in the most horrible way possible. And then they do a total 180 and make it a full fucking comedy bit. Like I said, they were starting to go into trope territory and they turned it on its head. In a way, I respect them for it. Like, they started as a comedy, they started to go into angsty territory, and then they pivoted back to comedy. So in a way, they saved themselves, but I don't know. I feel like the execution wasn't as smooth as it could have been.
No, it certainly was not. It was very jerky, and
like,
there was a lot of whiplash.
If they want to make this a comedy, just make it a comedy. I'm not saying you can't have serious moments, you can't have introspective moments. Like I said, I love the hell out of the therapy episode, but like I said, you gotta keep the tone consistent because there are sites, meninist sites, misogynistic people that will go out of their way to harm women, to harm people of color, to harm LGBT. These are real life things. This is heavy shit. There are people that get harassed by these groups daily. And to put this in a comedy show, like, it felt like it was getting too much at one point. And I know it's supposed to be commentary on the Marvel fandom as a whole, given how toxic it's become, especially whenever it comes to a property with a female lead.
Yeah. It just became like, A, it was like clashing too much with the theme, and B, becoming way too monotonous to the fact where it's like, okay, we get it already. Can we move on to the fun?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just becoming too heavy-handed. It was just becoming too preachy. And I hate it when they do that. It's like, oh, we can only make this commentary if we have a certain person as the lead. It's like, if this was a guy in the lead, you wouldn't hear any of this for the most part. Like, unless they were of a different color or a different religion or whatever. I hate to say it, that's the reality of things. But again, I'm glad they at least caught themselves with this, and then they, like, fixed it. And I'm hoping that when we get season 2, it'll be a little more lighthearted. I hope that they establish the villains proper here. There's no, like, surprise shit. We actually get to see some of them be badass. We get to see some awesome fights. We just get to see, like, more corporate legal shenanigans and whatnot. And then maybe throw in a few villains we hadn't heard of before. Like I said, this show is a good platform to introduce so many obscure heroes and villains that we would not be able to be properly introduced to in the movies and stuff. This is such a perfect platform, and I really hope they utilize that in the future. Anything else you wanted to add?
Let's see, so the artist for the credits is probably Deadpool going, ain't I a stinker?
This whole series is just Deadpool trolling everyone. She-Hulk is just Deadpool in, like, a green suit. That's how they introduce Deadpool. He pulls down the zipper and be like, surprise! Oh, come on, you saw the hints. Yep. I don't know if I'd necessarily be mad about that.
No.
On the one hand, yes, I'd be mad because, you know, I like Jen Walters. I appreciate what they're trying to do with her. I think they could do better with the second season, with more consistent writing, but at this point, if she, in this episode, had pulled down the zipper and revealed herself to be Deadpool, like, I would have went with it.
Yeah.
I totally would have went with it. But it's just we're still waiting for his proper incorporation into this universe. It better be a fucking doozy, man. It better be. And I know Deadpool 3 is coming out, and we're getting Wolverine, like, actual legit Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in it, which, fucking miracle he was able to do that. But I'm interested to see how he gets incorporated proper in MCU, because if he doesn't do it in that movie, I wondered how the fuck they're going to do it in the rest of this, because they really need, like, the perfect hero in order to do that where it makes sense. Maybe the long-awaited X-Men, who knows? It starts off with him just busting through the doors and be like, yo, I want to join up, guys.
Well, I mean, if you're going to bring Wolverine in there, you have to bring the X-Men. There's no way around it. That, or you have to make that weird Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man that Sony's been trying to do.
That still doesn't make fucking sense to me. And I don't know, Deadpool's been doing a good job of incorporating the X-Men without actually incorporating the X-Men. He only can afford, what, 2 or 3 of them at a time, with a very brief cameo.
Stewart or McAvoy? I'm getting so mixed up with these universes.
Oh god, that's a whole other, like, can of worms right there. Ugh. Okay, so I guess we'll give our final thoughts on the series as a whole. I mean, I kind of went over my thoughts for the most part. Like I said, it started off strong. It got a bit weighed down by the angst and by the constant suspicion of all the characters, by almost taking a sinister twist. Thankfully to right itself at the end, even if it was in a really weird, jumbled, sort of messy way. I don't think it's unsalvageable. I think they could work with this, but they definitely need more consistent writing and a more consistent tone for the second season if this is to become, you know, a decent hit. What do you think?
Yeah, if I were rating this out of 10, I would give this generously a 6. Maybe like a 5.5. Just because it's got its potential. Like you said, it started off strong, but then it kind of got lost in its own BS and twerked itself into God knows what freaking wasted Jamila Jamil.
Yeah, that's a crime,
Yeah.
man. That is a fucking crime in and of itself. They better do it justice in the second season, I swear to God.
And as I said, made itself way too predictable and then tried to pass it off like, oh, you know, we're so smart, we're clever, look at what we did, you didn't see that coming, Yeah. But then, of course, the ending, I can't ignore how over the top that was and ballsy, and I'm gonna give credit where credit is due.
Now, the question is, what's the lowest rated Disney Plus show we've reviewed so far? That would be Hawkeye, correct?
I'd say so.
I don't think there's anything else that came close to us.
Miss Marvel came very close, though.
Yeah, like, it's, again, same problem. It started off strong, but it got steadily worse as it went on, and then it was lacking. But I could still tolerate that more than I did Hawkeye, for sure. Granted, Hawkeye at least has a more consistent plot. And at least they do, I guess, a good job of incorporating Kingpin into the mix, as well as establishing Echo for later, and Yelena as a new Black Widow and whatnot. But even then, I still was very much annoyed by that show. This one I wasn't really as annoyed by. It was more just the repetitiveness of, you know, oh, men are awful, men are bad, men are misogynist. That's what made it annoying. But it's not like with Hawkeye where you're seeing this old veteran tired guy who just wants to like retire and he has to drag this shit little kid around. Like that I found way more annoying than this.
Yeah, I think with this one there was like a lot of times where they do something so incredibly stupid and you're ready to turn it off, and then they go and make a joke and it's like, damn it, I wanted to be mad at you, but
it's like you barely escaped the rage that was building up within us. We should punish you in a sense, but we're just too baffled by what happened to really like think of a punishment. And at this point, we don't even want to do a punishment anymore. We just want to sit down and take a nap.
Yeah.
Seriously, my brain is exhausted and trying to process all this. So, would I recommend this? Yes and no. Again, I appreciate that it's trying to deviate from the shows that we've been seeing so far. I appreciate it, you know, trying to mostly be set in the real human world and not dealing with, like, cosmic events and stuff. Trying to be more lighthearted and all that. But like I said, there are other things about it that just, again, rub me the wrong way and just give me a sense, like, a dirty feeling and whatever, and just reminds me of the awful everyday shit that, you know, common people put up with. And it's like, we're watching Marvel. I want to see, like, fun, action-packed stories here. Granted, I love courtroom shenanigans, but sometimes certain things are just too real to really be fun.
It's like, I don't mind you acknowledging it, but we're trying to escape that reality, so it's like, yeah, you can acknowledge it, but don't be quite so heavy-handed on it, and don't keep beating it in. Say your piece. It's out there. Let's just, you know, move on to the fun.
Like, I guess if you're a guy in desperate need of a reality check with how women think, with what women want and stuff, this would probably be a good place to go, although it probably will piss you all the hell off because it calls men out on every single toxic behavior, but at least it's blatant, and at least it shows why it's bad behavior, so I give it kudos for that, even if it does, again, be rather heavy-handed at times, constantly beating you over the head with how this behavior is unacceptable and should be unacceptable. Other than that, I mean, if you're curious about She-Hulk, if you want to see a fun comedy legal show, check it out. Just, again, kind of check your brain at the door. It'll save you the headache later on.
So do we have anything coming in the next couple months, or are we not getting a thing until 2023?
Good question. I mean, technically, She-Hulk, I believe, ends Phase 4, from what I heard. The next phase, like, it's kind of hard to say because I noticed a lot of shows have been, like, moved around a lot, and I guess it's in correlation to the movies, like, when they want to air certain things, and if they are worried about certain continuities, like, getting in the way, if, like, certain characters show up, or whatever, or if they're still, like, having legal issues over certain properties, but I don't know, like, we'd have to look that up later. Usually I'm on top of this stuff, but, like, they drop so much shit at D23, and it's, like, it's hard to keep track. I know there's a whole timeline. I even posted in the Disney Debate group, so we're going to have to recheck that. As far as I know, the next thing we have to look at, well, we don't have to review it, but I know that Halloween special with the werewolf and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm at least curious to see how they do that, because it looks like it's going to be a straight-up, legit, serious horror film that just happens to take place in the Marvel Universe.
I think it's also supposed to be fun, too.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I think it doesn't take itself very seriously, from what I understand.
Yeah. I mean, we would have been on that sooner, but as I said, like, with the whole move messing up our schedule, with me trying to keep up with this on a weekly basis, I mean, we pretty much had to shove Andor to the side, because it would have been too much. Hopefully, by the time the next actual show premieres, we'll have a more consistent schedule. I mean, not making any promises. I mean, real life happens. There's not much you can do about it. It's pretty much we're living like day to day, week to week at this point. But anywho, thank you all for joining us on this incredibly strange journey of watching She-Hulk. It's definitely been interesting, I'll give it that much. I can honestly say I was never bored watching this show.
No, I can't say that either.
And appreciate all your comments and your likes and stuff, and like I said, keep it up. We like that ad revenue. So I guess next time you hear from us, it's either going to be talking about the Marvel Horror Show, or maybe Andor. Most likely the Owl House. Definitely the Owl House, because, you know, they're airing the big special, at least one of the big specials soon. You're going to hear us in the Disney Debate with Zenith Warrior Princess. I know we definitely have a Halloween episode coming up that I'm sure you all are interested to hear our thoughts about. And of course, you know, resuming our regular Disney Debate stuff, tackling more live-action sequels, hopefully getting back on track with, what were we, in the mid-60s in terms of Disney films?
We have to finally get out of the absent-minded professor era.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I've had enough of that.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, getting back to the Marvel Initiative, like I said, we intended to do this from the beginning one year, but, you know, so many fucking movies at this point, like, dear God. Like I said, many other projects are in the works, but as I said, we're taking this pretty much 1 month at a time. We'll keep an ear out for anything that might be of interest that we might try. Like I said, we're not exactly doing anything new for the rest of the year, again, because of our schedule being so jumbled. But we're going to do what we can and then hopefully be in better shape next year when you see us. But with that being said, thanks for joining us. I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And what a long, strange trip it's been in She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. I can honestly say I never thought I'd see the day where a Hulk went busting through the writing room and threatened people and then argued with an AI. Those are words I never thought I'd string together to ever say.
Welcome to 2022, or whatever year it is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Great continuity.